coffee versus tea and the associated health benefits. I'm Patrick McGuire with Empowered Nutrition, and I'm going to discuss the health benefits associated with coffee versus tea. Are there any? Well, pretty much we're going to use this infographic to help guide our conversation. It's brought to you by the policy expert. But let's look at this, the health benefits of coffee versus tea. There's a growing body of research to suggest that both are good for you in different ways, and I totally agree. Well, there's a lot of things we can talk about, but white tea was found that antioxidants in white tea had anti-aging potential that may help prevent some cancers as well as inflammation and heart disease. Drinking tea too hot increases the risk of esophageal cancer. So that's a plus and a minus for tea. Plus and minus for coffee, scientists believe that chemicals found in coffee could be used to make new drugs to treat heart disease and insomnia. Over 1,000 chemicals have been found in roasted coffee, with 19 of them being known as carcinogenic. So that's a plus and a minus for coffee. Just look at coffee cash sales. Now this is in pound because it's a European study, but wow! Tea and coffee are topping the charts. Now look at the yearly sales of tea at 550,000 pounds and coffee being 270,000 pounds. Coffee and the caffeine per cup measurements, pretty good. I mean, we look at the filter giving us about 140 milligrams of caffeine. Espresso's much lower because it's just pressed and passed through so fast. It's steamed coffee flavor, whereas most people think because the flavor's so rich that the caffeine must be so high. Not true, always known it, I love my espresso. I know coffee. Brewed has the highest, and then instant, of course, a little bit less than that in terms of caffeine. Decaf, almost nothing, but there is some there. That's why even people who are allergic to caffeine stay away from coffee or sometimes have allergic reactions. Tea, in terms of caffeine per cup, is very similar to coffee, surprisingly. Most people are not aware of that. White and green tea being lower, of course, than black coffee, or black tea. Most caffeinated beverages, well, filtered coffee and brewed coffee. Instant coffee comes in and then black tea comes down the list. For coffee, we've got an X on health, we've got a pro for caffeine and a pro for flavor. For tea, our health is high, the caffeine is not as good, but the flavor is there as well. 1. Tea may help prevent the development of type 1 diabetes and slow the progression once it is developed. Studies have shown that coffee helps prevent type 2 diabetes. Tea can prevent against heart disease and some cancers. Coffee protects the liver, especially against cirrhosis and liver cancer. Green tea may offer some protection against lung cancer, according to studies. People who drink black coffee or black tea maybe 4 times a day for 6 weeks were found to have lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol. We could all use that. Coffee improves short-term recall as well as improved reaction times. The largest improvement was seen in the elderly. Drinking coffee has been shown to decrease the risk of developing gout in men over 40. Drinking 3 to 4 cups of tea a day can cut the chance of heart attack. Men who drink more than 10 cups of green tea per day are less likely to develop disorders of the liver. Caffeine increases the effectiveness of painkillers and coffee contains caffeine. Tea contains fluoride which protects teeth. Coffee causes tooth discoloration. Tea hydrates rather than the common conception that caffeine in it dehydrates. Tea may contain pesticides even if it's being labeled organic. Research has shown that coffee decreases blood flow to the heart, so stay active, my friends. Tea contains caffeine, which has been proven to cause anxiety and rises in blood pressure. Tea also contains a large amount of tannin. Tannin reduces the absorption of iron in the body, which can lead to anemia. Adding milk may also stop the benefits tea has against cancer. A study in Denmark showed that drinking 8 or more cups of coffee a day significantly increased the risk of stillbirths. The best laid plan is to drink lots of water. Moderate and alternate coffee and tea, and even green tea to black teas for maximum results. For more information like this, visit empowerednutrition.com.